How do you keep scaling and moving forward and keeping up with all of that? Because, now I've talked to every doctor in town and they're all really happy with me. And now what? And how do I keep that moving?
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes if you wanted to get real crazy with it, especially compounds or things that you're not billing to PBMs, you can fax blast and you can drastically increase your radius and you can ship. So we ship surgical kits that we do self-pay, and our margins between $20 and $40 each kit. But when we have offices around the state who are sending us their set of patients every week, like that, I like that. I like that model. It's fun.
Yeah.
So you can get creative, or like you're a business person. You have all the infrastructure there. You have all the licensing. You have the expertise. So you can get creative with it if you do need to expand your radius. But even in the beginning, when the owner is just going out and talking to your top prescribers, you're going to capture more of their business. And you're going to, because all of us want to grow. We all go to these trade shows and we drink all the Kool-Aid and we see everybody in the exhibit floor and we come back and we have all like a whole bag full of our trick-or-treat goodies that we picked up from all the booths and everything. And we go back to the pharmacy and the team's like, oh, great. Here they come back for another conference. Because we're like, this really cool thing and this really cool thing. And they're like, yeah, okay, we're busy, whatever. But when you do that, it's valid and it's exciting and it's nice to be that expert in pharmacy care. So because you need that in your back pocket. But the way to grow your business and your market with your patients, your payers, and your passions is to talk to people who are in your market and ask them what they want. And then you can say, oh, actually, yeah, you're interested in that. I saw something about that at a conference. There is a new thing. Let me check on that for you because that's something we could do. Is that something that because your prescribers are your referral sources. If you just say like, oh, there's this, I don't know, random clinical test that I saw at a conference that's awesome and I'm passionate about it and I want to learn about it, train someone on my team, implement it and all this. But what if nobody in your market's interested in it? And who's going to refer those people to you?
Right. Yeah. And do you have a really personal, passionate connection to that service or product or, whatever it is?
Yeah. So it's much easier if you kind of go about it by asking what's going on in your community and you're asking your potential referral sources who are your providers because they're seeing patients all day long and you're finding out like, what are your challenges? And then, well, can I help with any of those? Is there anything that you're not providing in your office that you're kind of sending your patients to look on Amazon or shop online because we could do that at the pharmacy.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that could be so many different specialty areas that just bringing in some, basic. I think it was actually a conversation with you years ago where you shared a wound care area that you had brought, or maybe it was braces, something very specific, some product line from, podiatrist or some specialty where they were sending people to Amazon or, multiple places in town.
Yeah. Yeah, we picked up on that niche. I've worked in this same town since I was 16. It's been a long time. I won't tell you exactly how long. But we had a medical supply store, Howard. Howard owned the medical supply store right across from the Walgreens that I worked at forever. So we would always if Walgreens didn't have it, we'd send them to Howard, always. Well, when I moved my pharmacy, so maybe like 3 years ago, Howard retired. So it was kind of a good timing for us because we moved from 1,800 square feet to 3,000 square feet and Howard was hiring. So we brought in a lot of like DME rentals and cash DME, just cash and carry, a lot of wound care. We do ostomy supplies. We do and I didn't set out to wake up one day and say, you know what, I want to sell ostomy supplies. It happened because of those interactions we were having with local prescribers and local pharmacies too. I told you we have a lot of chains, so I know the chain pharmacists in town. So I'll talk to them and be like, hey, like, what are your patients looking for that your chain pharmacy doesn't have? And now that you can't send them to Howard, like, you want to send them to me? What are they looking for? What do you need? So
sure.
It's just kind of knowing what's going on in your community.